Greetings! You're here with me in Snow Canyon National Park just outside of St. George, Utah. And I'm making this because I want to extend an invitation, and that's to attend my True You retreat in February. We're sold out for January, and I'm not here to sell you on something. What I do want to do is share my story as to why I'm running this. So it's the Call to True You retreat. And it all started the beginning of this year, January 2015. I was releasing a book with Penguin Random House. Worked so hard. It was the most important thing in my life. Built up all these goals in my list for the day it was coming out, January 2015, right? You know when you're working hard on something, you have your list of 87 things to do, and nothing's gonna stop you, total tunnel vision. That's how I was. So it's a morning, 7:30 in the morning. I'm living in my apartment in Hollywood at the time. Don't live there anymore. My girlfriend comes into the apartment. She lives with me, and she's crying, like sobbing. And my first thought is, you're about to ruin my day. I put all this time into this thing, and here you are crying, and I have to give you my attention. I could feel my heart closing. Totally shutting down. How can I distract her? How can I get her out of the way? I have things to do. Don't you understand? And then I took a step back. And I remembered a conversation I'd had 30 minutes before with one of my favorite authors, Mike Dooley. Mike Dooley was just telling me, about his career and his experience of realizing his values were so important, not getting so consumed in his work and not neglecting the most important things in his life. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll listen to the guy. So I take a step back and I connect with Ashley, and something really traumatizing happened to her and her family. And so I decide all right, I'm gonna spend my time with Ashley. This is important to her and this is important to me. And so I get rid of all these thoughts that are like, you shouldn't have been in a relationship, you need to do these things. And I spend the day with her and I don't get anything done. All my things that I was supposed to get done, I didn't really get them done. This is the day of my release, this thing I had worked forever for. So my mind, I'm having this part of me is trying to criticize me for not committing to my goals. But Ashley and I have this amazing experience, and we go to bed that night. After just having this sense of intimacy and connection to each other that we've never had, it strengthened our relationship and to myself. My heart had never been so open. And I went to sleep thinking, I didn't do this, I didn't do this, I didn't do this, I didn't do this, right? You work on something and you don't get all the things done. So before you go to sleep that night, you're thinking of all the things that you didn't get done. So then I kind of take a breath and I'm like, actually, I've never felt so much space. If I could put an image to you of how my mind and my heart felt, it was as open as this canyon behind me. Never felt like that. I go to sleep and I'm always I didn't get this done, I didn't get this done. This is the first time I went to sleep and I didn't feel stressed, and I felt just so good with who I was. And I thought, well, if I don't get everything done, whatever. At least I'm showing up as a person that I really want to be. At least I'm really showing up for what is more important to me than work, than a profession, than a book. And so I kind of take that formula with me for the month. I work less, and I realized that it wasn't all about inner hustle, at least for me. I needed to show up as the type of person that I wanted to be. That month I made more money than I'd ever made in my entire life. And speaking opportunities all came out of nowhere. I made more money than I'd ever made, and I worked less than I ever made. What did that show me? The natural state of a human being has all the opportunities that you want just come to you. Everything that you want shows up. The problem is you block it. We block the things we want because we want something, but our behaviors are incongruent with it. I want to be someone who's influencing people's lives, my book's selling, but I'm not gonna be there for someone that I love because I want this object to get done, right? Incongruent living. So I went through this whole year, I did a 40 high school, college tour over the spring of this year. Then I was in 44 cities this summer as the first motivational speaker on Vans Warped Tour. I was a traveling circus. And I was running workshops all over the place, and they were all goal-oriented workshops. And I had a great time, sold a lot of books, met a lot of amazing people, got some great experience, was super inspired, but I realized I wanted to do something different. And I wanted to really share what had really changed my life this year. And so I decided as an experiment, I'd run the True You retreat. True You retreat is centered on you don't get what you want, you get what you are. True you, the natural state of you, has the opportunities come, the friendships you want, the money you want, the opportunities, the creativity, it's all there. We just block it with self-defeating habits, with the barriers that you built up against love, against wealth, against friendship, against connection with others, with yourself, with creativity. So the weekend was amazing. We ran the first one last week, and it was just a total experiment. And I've never seen so many people cry at one time before. I've never seen so many people open up their barriers. And I'm still getting texts right now from it changing people. And it's amazing. And so I'm totally changing the trajectory of my brand and my career. And I don't want to run goal and rah-rah events anymore. This is a True You retreat, and we filled up January, and I want to extend the invitation to you to February. I still have a couple spots. It's in San Diego, California. I run it at my home, and it's really a special event. And I'm running an early bird special for a little while. If you're interested, please send me a direct message. Email me at jake@jakeducey.com, jake@jakeducey.com. I'd love to have you. The True You retreat is really about finding the ways we're blocking the things we want. We know what we want, right? We want love, maybe we want good business opportunities, we want more money, we want more health, we want more intimacy in our relationships, we want more connection to ourselves, more freedom. That's not a hustle thing that has to happen. You don't need to manage your time and all your productivity and pound the pavement 18 hours a day like what's so fashionable that every entrepreneur tells us not true. It's not true. You just need to find the barriers that you built against it. And these are habits, these are behaviors, these are stories that we tell ourselves. The True You is all designed to bring those out. You will never feel more free than after this event. My goal is that you leave with a space of openness like that. I found for myself, I made more money than I've ever made in my life. I made more money in a month than I made the previous 12 months. In 1 month. And I didn't really work. It was things that came to me because I showed up as the things that I want. So please, send me a direct message, send me an email. The True You retreat is open in February, and I'd love to see you there. So love to hop on the phone with you, send you the invitation. And, my final question to you is, if you don't get what you want and you get what you are, who are you? How are you showing up? What barriers have you built against yourself and others and love and the things that you want? This is Jake. I'd love to see you at the True You retreat. Thank you.